speech today is when the psyche or a person's psychological pain becomes impossible to bear. Today with this speech on suicide, I hope to raise your awareness and inform you of the myths, the risks, and warning signs of suicide. Suicide is defined as a person who chooses to take their own lives to escape feelings of depression and hopelessness. Some statistical facts about suicide show in studies that 3% of the American population considers suicide each year. About 31,000 Americans commit suicide each year, and studies also show that suicide is third or fourth leading cause of death among older teenagers. Some of the risk factors in suicide are feelings that are linked to depression and hopelessness. An individual can be highly achieving, rigid perfectionists, set impossibly high expectations for themselves, and compare themselves negatively with others. Suicidal adolescents experience 4 psychological problems: confusions about the self, impulsiveness, emotional instability, interpersonal problems. Some suicide attempts are more common following stressful life events such as an exit event, which are events that involve a loss of social support, the death of a parent or a child or friend, or through divorce that results in psychological pain or psyche, or to the psyche. People who consider suicide are less capable of solving problems, and suicide tends to run in families. Sociological factors in suicide include that it is the third leading cause of death among people aged 15 to 24, and it is more common among college students than among people of the same age who do not attend college. Each year, about 10,000 college students attempt suicide. Older people are more likely to attempt suicide and commit suicide. 1 in 6 Native Americans has attempted suicide, and 1 in 8 Latino or Latin Americans. 3 times as many females as males attempt, and 4 times as many males succeed. Some common myths about suicide. Most people who commit suicide give warnings about their intentions. They aren't just seeking attention. Many people who commit suicide have made prior attempts, and discussing suicide with a person does not prompt the person to attempt suicide. Suicidal thinking is not necessarily a sign of psychosis, neurosis, or a personality disorder. The warning signs of suicide include changes in eating and sleeping patterns, difficulty concentrating on schoolwork, a sharp decline in school performance and attendance, loss of interest in previously enjoyed activities, giving away prized possessions, complaints about physical problems when no medical basis for the problem can be found, withdrawal from social relationships, personality or mood changes, talking or writing about death or dying, abuse of alcohol or drugs, an attempted suicide, availability of a handgun, a precipitating event such as an argument, a broken romantic relationship, academic difficulties or problems on the job, a loss of a friend, or trouble with the law. All of these are warning signs of suicide and should be taken seriously. Preventing suicide: if a person that you know or actually don't really, an acquaintance, starts talking to you about suicide, you would need to encourage the person to keep talking, be a good listener, suggest that something other than suicide might solve the problem, emphasize as concretely as possible about how the person's suicide would be devastating to you and to other people who care. Ask how the person intends to commit suicide. Individuals with a concrete plan are at a greater risk. Suggest that the person go with you to obtain professional help now. Extract a promise from the person that they will not commit suicide before seeing you again. And do not tell people threatening suicide that they are silly or crazy. I hope that this has raised your awareness of the myths, risks, and warning signs of suicide. Thank you.